the Halt Hyderabad agitation today led by the TRS, and this is after their whole agitation for separate Telangana state completed 16 days today. Let's just look at what the impact of that has been on the ground, and we'll go across to our newsmaker tonight. Joining me is the man who's behind this whole agitation, Mr. K. Chandrasekhara Rao, head of the Telangana Rashtra Samithi. Mr. Rao, thank you for joining me tonight. And what would you say on your latest agitation the last 2 weeks? We've heard reports that there is a possible proposal which will make Hyderabad a separate union territory while granting a separate state of Telangana, since Hyderabad is really the sticking point. Is that something you would be open to at all? It's come up earlier, but there's been no formal proposal yet.
Sonia ji, please tell me, what is this logic behind making Hyderabad as a union territory? Because at no point of time in the country, no city was made into a union territory. Why bifurcating a state or while making a new state? Then why Hyderabad alone? When Mumbai and Maharashtra was, Gujarat and Maharashtra was separated, a Mumbai-like city was not proposed as a union territory.
Right. You're saying that this is not a proposal that you will accept, but the larger issue, we've seen the impact of the movement of the last 16 days. And yesterday, controversially, you made that point that now, if Congress MPs aren't supporting the Telangana movement, that their houses should be attacked. We've just seen, India has just seen the example of the Anna Hazare movement, where they agitated for a cause, a fast for 12 days, but completely non-violent. Why are you transforming this into a violent movement?
Sonia ji, most unfortunately, it's a distortion by media. I never said that we will attack. Here what is happening, you know, having capacity to supply power to the farming community in Telangana, now the Chief Minister is brutally behaving in a very dictatorial manner by way of cutting power to the farming sector of Telangana. So I thereby said, he is trying to blame the electricity department employees and the government employees. We are not supposed to attack the employees. If at all we have to attack anybody, that is the public representatives belonging to the region. That's what I said.
But why do you have to attack anybody? Isn't this a threat of intimidation? The media is threatened in Hyderabad for not giving enough importance to Telangana cause. Why the language of attack, violence, intimidation?
See, it's not that, madam. We never want to intimidate anybody or attack anybody. And I see, as you are watching, as you have been watching for the last 11 years, there was no single incidence of violence in this agitation so far by now. If at all there is some violence in the region for the last 2 days, that is by the police and by the state government, not by the agitators at all.
Right. Well, let's just look, sir, at what some would say is the politics of Telangana. We know, of course, that earlier, before the last assembly elections, the Congress seemed more talked about cause Telangana, which is vehemently opposed. The Central Congress had made the point, but YSR at that time had said that he would bring them the state, and he delivered. In fact, your party is wiped out in those last assembly elections. Now, of course, the situation has completely changed, though the current Chief Minister still doesn't support Telangana. Is it fair to say that it's really about a large spread movement for a cause, or is it about the politicians who are supporting or not supporting the cause and their strength?
See, who supports, who do not support, we don't mind all those things, madam. The government of India came forward and made a clear-cut promise to the people of Telangana on 9th December 2009, and ultimately on the 10th December they have made the promise on the very floor of the parliament. The people of Telangana are demanding anything, that please keep up your words, please keep up your promise and live up to your words. The people demanding that jo wada kiya wo nibana padega, wo nibaiye.
And yes, and we've seen many Congress MPs and MLAs also making that same point as you did. But what your opponents say, or what those who do not support Telangana says, is that what happened in December 2009 was actually a mistake, and that the Home Minister and the central government were misled by your fast unto death. That was actually a blunder. What would you say to that? Was that fast actually just a ploy? Was it actually so serious at that time that Telangana or Andhra Pradesh would have burnt if your fast had not been called off?
See, let me tell you very clearly, it is not for the first time Mr. Chidambaram made the statement. The Congress has manifested the issue through their election manifesto not once but twice. And ultimately, it was part of common minimum program of UPA 1. And it was also part of the presidential address to the joint session in the year 2004. Many times Congress came forward to say that we are for Telangana, we are in favor of Telangana state. And ultimately, when the agitation was on its high, the government, nobody can blame Chidambaram. It was the union government's statement which was said through Mr. Chidambaram.
Right. Is it true, sir, that there is a tacit agreement that if the Congress agrees to a separate state of Telangana, your party will merge with the Congress?
So when that proposal is mooted to me, then let me say it. I promise you, I will let you know that.
Right. So keeping your cards close to chest on that one. But the larger, more serious issue. Recently, we've seen in the last few days that Hyderabad Industry Association has issued a statement saying the Telangana agitation is crippling industry in the state. Again, I make the point that if your agitation continues like this, who does it benefit? It's not benefiting the people of Hyderabad. Is it benefiting the people of Andhra? Is it benefiting the people of the Telangana region?
See, nobody is losing. This is all wrong propaganda created by some Western interest. The parameters here indicate that the brand Hyderabad is never spoiled. The IT business is on the high, and the industry also never suffered. These are all propaganda misleading the people in Delhi.
Right. Well, Mr. Rao, finally, everybody has their own view on whether Telangana should be a separate state or not. But I ask you again, is this agitation, this violent agitation, the way to go about it?
See, if the government of India is irresponsive, they are not responding, they are not moving forward, they are tight-lipped, then what to do, ma'am? And this is not the agitation proposed by Mr. KCR alone. It is the popular people's movement today. All the lakhs and lakhs of students are Telangana, the teachers, the lecturers, the university professors, and the doctors, the lawyers, and 7 lakhs, about 7 lakh government employees, and the Singareni Collieries employees, the electricity board employees, the road transport corporation employees, all are part of this agitation.
Right.
How anybody can blame one single individual or a leader?
Right. So you're making the point it's a widespread agitation, it's a people's movement. But just one question, the most worrying aspect of it has been the reports of some suicides, and especially of young people, young students who are so caught up in the Telangana agitation. The accusation is that they're used as pawns by politicians, that we never see any suicides committed by political leaders. It's young men who leave their families devastated.
No, we doesn't want to do it, madam, but the government of India is irresponsible. What to do? All these things, if anybody has to be blamed, that is, we have to blame the government of India.
Right.
Why do you blame the agitators alone?
Right, Mr. Chandrasekhara Rao, who is actually to be blamed? That's a larger question. But thank you so much, sir, for joining us tonight on your agitation for a separate state of Telangana.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.